Yo, what's up? Marco from Digital Dash. We're going to be doing another stock market analysis video looking at ES here, how I plan to trade it this week. And it's another important week. It's going to be another important, really, month because we got 4 days left on this monthly candle. So it's a lot to pay attention to, right? Coming back down into this monthly demand zone that was formed back in January 21. We rallied from it in February. We came back to test the zone in June, wicked below the zone, got a nice move away from the zone. Buyers came in, stepped in. Nice move too, right? Um, and now we're back at it. There's 4 days left on this monthly candle, and we are pretty deep inside the zone. So, next month is going to be important too. Next week is going to be important too. We really want to see how this candle closes. 4 days left. Buyers could step in, move us higher, and just leave a wick inside this zone. We could close deep inside the zone like this, and that would be a bearish look. It's already a bearish look, but a nice deep close into the zone would be a bearish look for me. So that's the bigger picture on the monthly. We are back at critical levels. That's how we're gonna have to play it. It could go either way. So it's another one of those scenarios where you really want to wait and to confirm. Last time we were at this level, whenever things get too obvious, you got to step back. You got to be cautious. When the majority of people want to sell below this zone, we're probably gonna get a reversal to squeeze those guys out. You just gotta be careful. You feel me? Wait for confirmation. Pay attention. Going to the daily, not much to see on the daily. Downtrend. You feel me? Decent downtrend. We had strong sellers back here. Whatever. Nice big red candles. Candles are starting to look not as scary. We're still getting decent sized red candles, but we are getting wicks now on the way down. Buyers trying to come in, sellers winning, but not just sellers completely stomping buyers. And then down here we started getting bottom wicks as we came into the demand zone. So possible that buyers are trying to step up, but again, not much to see on the daily. As we break down, that's when things start to get a little bit interesting. We're starting to get a few little wicks, few little sideways candles as we come into demand. Again, 4 hour, not much to see. Going to the 1 hour though, we're starting to get interesting. We do have this 1 hour demand zone that I have marked with this yellow line. Was a decent imbalance. But as we get to the 45 minute chart, 30-minute chart, 15-minute chart, this demand zone down here gets a bit more interesting as we are forming lower time frame demand within the bigger picture, higher time frame demand zone. I wouldn't be surprised again on the daily. We're starting to get we're starting to see some buyers step up as far as this nice big wick that we had on the 23rd. So, there's that. I wouldn't be surprised if buyers try to step in. We are in demand. That was something that happened last week, as I said in the Discord. Last week I didn't really trade because I didn't want to sell in demand, but I also didn't want to buy against a strong downtrend, right? So last week we didn't really do too much. It was another week of kind of just spectating and waiting to see what happens. And we're still in that same scenario. It does look like buyers are stepping in at these levels down here, but we are in a downtrend. It could just be a nice pullback. I definitely want to see a break and close above these highs so that we can start to become possibly switching over to bullish on the lower time frames, the 1 minute, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute. Want to see it close above these highs. But the big picture is bearish. We're still in a downtrend here. Everything's still down. This could be a small pullback. But we are in demand, so this could be the relief rally that we're looking for. And ideally, I would like to see us rally into either this 4 hour supply zone here that was created. We could get a move, rally here, or this 1 hour zone up here, or even more ideally would be if we somehow got all the way back up here and we could get a rejection off of this nice, strong zone here, right? Broke us out of the consolidation, broke us out of this channel and everything. This is a nice, strong zone. So that's something I said in Discord, right? I would ideally want to see somebody get trapped before choosing a side to play. And what I mean by that is I would either want to see us wick below this zone. I want to see sellers pile in and then sellers get squeezed out as we just wick and start heading in the other direction into one of these supply zones where those bulls that then bought us out to squeeze those sellers out we hit a supply zone, and then those bulls get trapped trying to keep buying at higher levels and get squeezed out as the down move happens, right? So that's what I want to see. I want to either see us rally into supply so we can go ahead and hop in short, or I want to see us wick down here, sellers wick down, and then we rally higher, and then we hop on the bandwagon. However, we can do that. For the people who are ready to hop on right now, I'm really watching this demand zone that formed down here. If we can get a bounce into this, a move lower back into this, and it holds, then this could be the move that starts moving inside of demand. But as I said in the Discord, there's no reason to rush. For the highest quality setup, it's a sit and wait scenario. We also have Fed speaking a couple times this week. All of these city feds, I'm not even sure what the city feds are, but Fed from these different places are speaking on Monday. We have Tuesday, Powell speaks. So the market could be waiting to see what he's talking about there. On Wednesday, Powell speaks again. More Fed talk. On Thursday, there's jobless claims, right? So there's a whole bunch of stuff. We could continue to see at these critical levels that we are at now. We could see the market sellers coming to this demand because it is demand. Generally, you would be looking for buys here. We could see these sellers get absorbed as they are. It looks like it's starting to begin to happen as we get more wicking, as we get more bottom wicks on these candles, as we get more buying like this. It looks like the sellers are not as strong as they were. We could see sellers get absorbed here, and that could be this whole week, maybe leading into next week. That could be a few days. That could be a day of sellers getting absorbed before we go the other way. We could see consolidation as the market awaits these talks from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. As all of this speaking is going on, everybody could, maybe people just hit the sidelines and we don't get any real moves up or down. We just kind of consolidate here and wait for our next leg, either up or down. You feel me? It's nothing really pointing to me putting on too much risk this week. Like, we're just gonna wait and see what happens. But again, that just kind of feeds into my analysis, having all of this speaking this week, because we are really at levels where we could just chill here for a little bit, absorb more sellers, take out some of that selling pressure, because we are in demand and look to head higher. But again, I'm not really looking to really go against this downtrend like that. If anything, I want to see us get higher so we can go into a move into a supply zone so I can short again. But SPY is pretty much the same thing. And that's the thing with SPY. It also kind of feeds our analysis. We have, I guess we could draw this zone up right here before the drop, because it did drop or whatever. And this is cool, just dope or whatever, because we be leaving the demand zone. We have a gap to fill, and then hopefully we'll get a rejection above here. So there's a nice gap to fill on SPY, which is decent if we do get that rally from demand. Again, we are getting some buying. That's cool. We could fill that gap and hopefully get a rejection. If not, there's supply above again if we do keep rallying up, right? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to take more rejections. For the people who want to buy against the trend, I showed you guys how that would go. Just wait until we get our move, wait until we close above these highs, find a way to get involved. Even if you did enter above these highs here, it's still decent. It's still decent move. It's still a decent move into the supply, right? You can catch your points or whatever, but I'm not necessarily interested in trading against the trend. But yeah, we got a lot of speaking happening this week. A lot of potential for sellers to get absorbed. A decent potential for us to run if that's what's going to happen. And also, we pulled deep into this zone. So if sellers continue to step up and get strong, there's definitely potential for massive downside as well. If we can break and close below this monthly demand zone on a higher time frame. And the key is higher time frame, right? We don't want to see, we don't want to be like back here where this is probably a 5-minute candle close that closed below this zone and everybody got hype and tried to jump in for shorts and then got destroyed, absolutely destroyed. You want to see a close below this zone on a nice high time frame, whether it's a weekly candle, a daily candle, or a 4-hour candle. I wouldn't really get hype at all thinking that we could hop in below this zone on a 5-minute candle. I'm sure it probably was, 5-minute, 2-minute, whatever candles closing back here. But even looking at the 4-hour, we never got a break and close below the demand zone, right? So all the people who are in the lower time frames who saw we closed below this got squeezed out, saw we closed below it even more, and piled in even more, got squeezed out and destroyed. You don't want to be that guy. You want to wait until we get a nice close on the 4 hour on the daily below that zone before we look to short below it, right? So it's a lot, you feel me? I know it seems like we're at critical levels every time. No, it is not clickbait. We are at critical levels again for the S&P. So that's what we're looking at. NAS is pretty much the same thing. Showed you guys SPY is pretty much the same thing. That's how we're looking to play it this week. If you guys want our live updates as the market develops this week, you guys can definitely go ahead and click the link in the description. Join us in the chat. It's free. You feel me? We're just in there kicking it, going over plays and whatnot. Reinforcing the rules, sticking to the rules. Give you guys my insight on the market. Giving you guys what I'm thinking as everything develops. But sorry I missed you guys last week. You feel me? I hope everybody enjoyed the video. And you guys, seriously, I'm not playing, bro. Take it easy this week, trade and wait. Don't rush in and lose a whole bunch of money you don't have to lose. But I'll catch you guys next week. Catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.